At 75 years old, Victoria Principal, once one of the brightest stars of Hollywood, now lives a life marked not by glamour, but by heartbreaking solitude. Behind her iconic beauty, success, and fame lies a story filled with pain, loss, and struggles the world rarely saw. How could someone who seemed to have it all end up with a life so tragically different than anyone imagined? Stay with me, because Victoria's story is far more haunting than you think. Victoria Principal's rise was like a fairy tale. Born in 1950, she fought her way into the brutal world of Hollywood with sheer determination. And it paid off. Her role as Pamela Barnes Ewing in the legendary TV series Dallas made her a household name. For nearly a decade, millions of viewers tuned in just to see her grace their screens. She wasn't just an actress, she was the face of elegance, hope, and strength. But here's where the tragedy begins. While audiences adored her, Victoria's personal life was quietly unraveling behind closed doors. The fame came with pressure. Endless expectations, industry demands, and the suffocating weight of being perfect. Off-screen, she endured failed marriages, betrayal, and heartbreak. Twice she walked down the aisle, yet both unions crumbled, leaving her with scars deeper than any headline revealed. She had no children, a choice she later confessed came with heavy regret. As years passed, the silence in her home echoed louder than the applause from her fans. That loneliness would become her most constant companion. In 1987, at the peak of her fame, Victoria made a shocking decision. She walked away from Dallas and left acting almost entirely. Fans were stunned. Why would someone turn away from everything others dream of? The truth was simple and tragic. She was exhausted, emotionally drained, and searching for meaning in a world that had chewed her up. She built a new identity as a businesswoman, starting her skincare empire, Principal's Secret. For a while, it seemed she had found peace. But even success couldn't protect her from life's cruelties. Behind her polished smile, Victoria endured private battles with health and stress. Reports suggested that she struggled with maintaining balance in her personal life, and with each passing year, her isolation grew. She retreated from the spotlight almost completely. No red carpets. No interviews. No glamorous appearances. For her fans, it was like she had vanished into thin air. And for Victoria herself, it was the beginning of a heartbreakingly quiet existence. Now, at 75, Victoria lives in near seclusion. Once surrounded by lights, cameras, and adoring fans, today she keeps to herself, away from the industry she once dominated. The woman who symbolized hope on Dallas now spends her days in solitude, her story almost forgotten. There are no children by her side, no family to carry her legacy forward. She is, in many ways, alone, with memories of a glittering past that feel like they belong to someone else. The final twist of tragedy. And this is what makes Victoria Principal's life so haunting. Despite immense fame, wealth, and beauty, she never found the one thing she truly longed for: lasting love and family. She gave the world her talent, her charm, her strength, but in return, the world left her with an emptiness that time could never heal. Closing reflection. At 75, the tragedy of Victoria Principal is not in scandals or headlines, but in the quiet heartbreak of a life that, despite its success, feels incomplete. She reminds us of a painful truth: fame can give you everything the world admires, yet take away everything the heart needs most. So the next time you think of Victoria Principal, remember, behind the beautiful face that once lit up millions of screens is a woman whose story is not about triumph, but about the silent tragedy of a life lived in shadows.